Recently, a wave of high-tech scans lit up a hidden picture under Egypt's most famous sites. Satellite scans revealed a lost labyrinth under the pyramids. Now that is the headline, but what does it actually mean? Today I'll break it down simply. First, what scans already proved at Giza, then where the labyrinth comes from, finally how robots can verify the truth fast and clean. Also, this advanced robot was able to explore the king's chamber and the queen's chamber, capture detailed images of the pyramids, and reveal previously unknown information about the pyramids. Starting with what we know. Muon radiography, cosmic ray density mapping, detected a long empty space above the Grand Gallery in the Great Pyramid. It is about 30 meters long and sits where no one expected it. This was not a hunch, it was measured over time from different angles by particles that pass straight through stone. Infrared thermography, heat camera imaging also showed hot and cold patches on the pyramid faces. That is a clue. Uneven temperatures can mean hidden gaps, channels, or different materials behind the blocks. Now, it is important to remember that this is the largest and most ancient of the three pyramids. Its construction dates back to approximately 4,500 years ago, so we are dealing with something that is truly ancient. When scans flagged something unusual at Giza, small robots went in and brought back proof from spaces that humans couldn't reach. Years ago, a custom robot entered a shaft only 20 centimeters by 20 centimeters. That is the size of a small laptop. It crawled about 60 meters inside, like a careful inchworm on wheels. It then filmed the floor and walls. It found painted markings, clear and colorful. It also hit a second blocking stone. That told us two things right away. First, some passages are built with stages or doors. Second, there are still sealed areas inside that we can reach only with micro tools. There is a blocking stone that prevents further access to what is believed to be the end. Now that chain matters. Scans point, robots verify. That's not theory, that's footage, markings, and hard geometry to measure. At Giza, the scan anomalies turned into real shapes on camera, and those shapes matched what the physics predicted. That is why people trust these methods now. We used non-invasive tools first. Then we looked inside with tiny cameras. We didn't damage anything, we just let the evidence speak. So what about the lost labyrinth? Ancient writers described a massive complex near Egypt's Fayum region. They placed it by a lake called Moris in older texts. Today, that points us to the Hawara area. The descriptions talk about many rooms, halls, a central space that connected levels. Some even said it surpassed the pyramids in grandeur. For a long time, this was treated as legend or greatly exaggerated, but modern scans have given the story new energy. In the Hawara zone, geophysical surveys, that's underground mapping with instruments, reported subsurface anomalies south of the pyramid. Think of them as odd signals, not yet pictures. On top of that, you now hear reports that satellite and ground scans show patterns that look like buried walls and chambers. This is where hype and caution collide. The buzz claims a multi-level complex under the sand. Some say there's a central atrium. Others even talk about a 40-meter-long smooth object sitting inside. Now that is a strong claim, and strong claims need direct proof. Here is our job. Take the Giza playbook and apply it here. The same type of robot that filmed symbols in a 20-centimeter shaft can map galleries no one has seen in thousands of years. But we don't start with a robot. We start with precision scans. First, refine satellite looks and thermal maps to narrow targets. Then, on-the-ground run methods like VLFEM, very low-frequency electromagnetic mapping, plus resistivity and ground-penetrating radar. Each tool reads the subsurface differently. We want different tools to point to the same coordinates. That gives us confidence. Once several methods agree, we drill tiny micro boreholes at those exact points. I'm talking holes the width of a finger. No blasting, no damage. Then we insert a micro camera to look. If the camera sees edges, floors, or voids, we measure. If the space is larger, we send in a tiny crawler with lights and a laser. The robot builds a 3D map by shining light and measuring distance. If a massive space exists at Hawara, the robot will show it, the scans will match it, and the measurements will agree. Now let's be clear about the claims. The number thousands of rooms is dramatic. Granite walls in a central atrium? Possible, but unproven. A 40-meter object? very specific, and it demands a clean public test. That's the heart of this. Scans can show us where to look. Cameras can show us what is there. Measurements can tell us size and material. Put all three together, and the story becomes fact, or it fades. So why am I so confident in this approach? Because Giza gave us a template. A void above the Grand Gallery looked like noise at first. Then the signal held up. It stayed in the same place across multiple measurement runs. Other methods did not contradict it. It met the standard. At Giza, the void became real because multiple methods agreed and the data stood up to scrutiny. Hawara deserves the same standard. No hype, just evidence that anyone can check. Now let's build the Hawara case file simply. What is verified? Ancient texts place a great complex near Lake Morris, which lines up with the Hawara region. Modern geophysical work reported anomalies south of the known pyramid there. Recent satellite and ground signals also suggest underground patterns. That gives us location and reasons to look. What is claimed? A sprawling multi-level labyrinth with a central hall, possibly thousands of rooms, and a long smooth object inside. Those are testable claims, not proofs, tests. Now here's the checklist that would settle this. 1. Data convergence. Satellite, thermal, and several ground methods point to the same shapes in the same places. 2. Direct imagery. Borehole cameras capture video of walls, floors, and joinery up close. 3. Measurable geometry. Robots return 3D models with lengths, widths, heights, and angles. 4. Repeatability. Independent teams can run the same scans and see the same patterns. 5. Open data. Release the models and logs so anyone can inspect them. If the labyrinth is there, this process will reveal its layout piece by piece without destroying a single stone. There are also practical concerns that we should face now. Hawara sits near the Fayum and groundwater can be an issue. Water, even damp soil, blurs some readings, so we schedule surveys when the ground is driest. We use sealed cameras and robots designed to work in humid conditions. We map the water table as we go. Also, permissions matter. This needs a cooperative team, clear permits, and strict conservation rules. Non-invasive first, micro-boring only at pre-agreed points. Full restoration of the tiny drill sites afterward. So what's the exact roadmap? Step 1. Update the satellite pass and thermal scan of the target zone, block by block. Step 2. On the ground, run VLFEM resistivity and ground-penetrating radar grids and mark all the intersections where signals agree. Step 3. Install muon detectors, small passive sensors around the zone to watch for long voids over weeks and months. Step 4. Drill micro boreholes at only the strongest intersections. Step 5. Drop micro cameras first, then micro robots with lights and laser measuring. Step 6. Build 3D maps, log materials, and publish everything, including mistakes and dead ends. That last part is important. Science counts failed attempts too. Now let's talk about the public side. Big voices can help. A single viral post can raise funds in a day. Names like Elon Musk can push attention fast. Joe Rogan explained how powerfully the Labyrinth video hit him. He described being in the gym, watching, and realizing that he couldn't multitask. I literally stopped working out. I was like, okay, I got to pause this because this is not something that I can consume while I'm working out. I need to really pay attention to this because it's so wild. One element that shocked him was the claim that scans show a large metallic object deep inside the structure. He stressed the credibility of the tech and the teams behind it. This isn't sort of crazy emerging science. This is a legitimate company that is using technology that has been well established in defense and in the UK military as a technology that's been more or less proven. Now that is useful public energy. Our job is to channel it into clean test, scans reveal, robots confirm, evidence decides.